others where we compete with them pretty intensively.
The market study you did, what other applications they highlighted in terms of areas?
So acrylic resins coating in general, adhesives, detergents is a growing area, unsaturated polyesters, styrene replacement type technologies.
Styrene replacement.
Composites for
things that we've experienced.
Yeah.
Growth in
automotive coaching.
Yeah.
And we're already in all these areas.
So you expect the trend to continue this way, kind of better mix,
We'll keep squeezing the mix.
Best you can.
But unless we get capacity expansion, it's difficult to do very much more in this area.
Have you guys looked at any, or you think there's any opportunity for partnering with anybody else to put that tranche of capacity in?
That isn't something we've looked at in a great deal of detail. We are starting to talk to people about whether they could toll manufacture for us so we could affect the UK market. It will also help us understand a little bit about their competitive position.
If you guys had the capacity, how would you go about winning 20,000 tons that you've identified in growth? Right, like, is it easy to get customers to switch to you guys if you had capacity, or are they kind of just tied in with their current suppliers?
Well, I don't think we get the full 20,000, but
right.
I think we could get the 3,000 to 5,000 within a reasonable space of time. We've been declining business. As our high margin products have grown, we've had to move away from some customers.
So how do you manage that? As the customer's demand is growing and you become less and less the share of their business, and they're saying, here's my allocation for you, and here's what I think I can do. Okay.
In a nice way.
Mm-hmm.
We're fairly open and we have a pretty good relationship with most of them.
Scale-wise, how does the capacity here compare to what the Goose has got and what Evonik has and Yuan? Sorry.
So
I'm the one that got sleep last night too. So.
Yeah, we're definitely much smaller than Evonik. But Evonik also have a very different product range, so they have a lot more of the, I'd call them more commoditized products, and their ability to make on which reactors is not, we don't really have that information. And for me, what I'm really not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any more on specialty? So we're into this is Banks. Steve, I think we're over to you.
Okay. So just a quick recap of Q1. So Q1, we were on target for the period. Volumes slightly down against budget. I'll explain why in a second. Margins were good, product mix was good, and so we ended up on track for the period. So during the strategy for 2019 has been around phasing out the unstable, the low value products. 2017, 2018, ever since we came out with the tolling contract, we can fill the plant. I've regained share, customer base, get the units running to a high utilisation. And we've been quite successful. So in 2018 we finished at over 10,000 tonnes. But the margins suffered. The mix wasn't good. Part of our business, one of the product families is thickeners used in metalworking, hydraulic fluids. It's very competitive, but it's a plant filler. When Geo re-entered the market, we effectively, for Europe, injected 12,000 tons of capacity, which had quite an impact in that part of the market. You've got numerous competitors already in that landscape. So our customers took advantage of that. Prices fell, become very aggressive. BASF's strategy was, in one particular reactor, only produces these products. So you can understand that their approach is very aggressive. They want to keep share. So we took the decision last year to focus on volume isn't king, margin is king, added value. And so from Q4 onwards into this year, it's been about our mix, not being obsessed with volume, getting the right products out there, and we've seen that starting to come through in unit margin.
So BASF, 2016 was the first year you guys, when did they terminate? Was it the end of 16 or beginning of 16?
So the 1st of September was the first time we had 100% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a transition phase in 2015. In September 2015, we had 20% capacity. Then in March 2016, we had 60%. And then 1st of September, it was 100%.
Okay.
Right, so we started rebuilding our business early 2015 because we used some of our reactor 3 capacity, which is our reactor, not BASF asset, start nibbling away at the market, start promoting the Geolink brand. All right, and the actual margins that were being generated from a relatively small amount of volume at that time were pretty good for the Geo business. You started seeing an erosion in margin as soon as we hit capacity where we could produce thickeners, the thickener blends. That's where the prices started to fall. There are other areas of our product range which are competitive, but not as competitive as that. So the objective is to pull away from those markets. We're still in it. We still have key accounts. We still have strategic customers, but we're not obsessed with grabbing share. Raw materials trends are starting to rise, but these products, the prices are still going down. All right, so that's what we've started to do here. Hence, looking at the volumes, they're lower. All right, so mix is important. The strategy over the next 3 years is to focus on the higher end, the added value part of the business. And we're starting to build that now.
So when you guys were supplying to BASF, was it a toll relationship? Were they supplying the raw materials free of charge?
No, tolling. So there's no free of charge material.
The thing that was confusing was that
it was a take-or-pay contract.
It basically paid for all the fixed costs on a cost-plus basis. Quite a nice deal.
Raw materials.
They were supplying some as well.
So I think we paid. It wasn't free of charge.
No, nothing was free of charge.
No, the reason I was asking, so this was the material margin for the PAGs as a category, unit material margin, was actually higher when you sold to BASF, supplied BASF than when you supplied the market.
It was they paid for.
It was a good deal for you.
They wrote a true-up check every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And they
It was a big true-up check every quarter generally as well.
Yeah.
Regardless of the volume.
So they were generally taking below them.
They designated what they wanted in their SKU prices, SKU prices, which we argued weren't correct. They were too low.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I backed out. I couldn't fucking follow it. And I'm pretty good at that stuff.
We had probably at least 12
somebody
months.
understand this contract.
We had 12 to 18 months of just arguing about contract price.
So we brought the acquisition team back in and had them explain to the business people, this is the deal, and they supported our view. We think the business people want a lower SKU because they took that markup for their account,
Right.
And whatever wasn't true, they threw back at corporate.